Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Let's just get right into it. I'm holding this mic. I truly hate doing that. But I'm going to be cutting my hair today and chatting a little bit, and it's going to be loud with the clippers. So I'm just going to hold this mic here just so that you can hear me a little bit better while this noise is going because it's going to get pretty loud. A question that I get a lot about cutting my hair is what tools am I using? This is the Babyliss Pro. These are actually edgers. And I use edgers because I like for my hair to be cut close and buzzed, but I don't like a fully bald look, if that makes sense. I feel like being a baldy is sort of nuanced. Typically just get really close to the scalp with my edgers and cut it down pretty low that way. I do have some foil shavers that I used once and never again. I like the buzzed look where there's just a tiny bit of hair on the scalp. And I like day 2 and day 3 when it is just barely growing back. And then that's it. There's like a happy window of 3 days that I like love the cut. And then I'm like, oh, I need to cut it again so I can start over. Typically, I cut my hair about once a week or once every 10 days. That for me works out really well with my schedule. Next thing is people wonder why I cut my hair against the grain. My hair grows this way, that way, different directions. So the answer to that is my hair doesn't grow in the same direction all over my head. In the back, it's pretty consistent, but I have a little dip in my head here. I have a swirl in my hair somewhere in the back. You can see really well right here that I have a swirl right here in the front of my hair, and then my hair grows forward and then it grows this way and this way. So I typically will just attack the hair from like all directions. So I go forward like that, but then I also come all the way from the back with it. Then I kind of go up the opposite way. I do everything as far as direction, especially up here in the front where my hair grows in a lot of directions. If I only cut it in the direction that most of my hair grows in, it will just be patchy and not even all over. Another question is, girl, why don't you just use a cape? Because the hair falling on you is making me itch. Um, I don't know. I just have never used a cape when I cut my hair. Doesn't bother me. The hair is just falling over my sweatshirt. I'll take it off and shake it out in the trash and sweep the floor and call it a day. I don't know, y'all. I just don't use a cape. Maybe I'll actually consider it. It's probably not very interesting to look at the back of my head while I'm talking, but here we go. Another question I get is, what do you use on your scalp actually after you've cut it? And I can show you that after the cut is done, but I just have a few things that I use. I have a scrub that I use when my scalp feels like it has a little bit of buildup from the oils that I use. I have a serum that I use. If I'm going to be at the beach in the sun, like super exposed, I will use a spray or just rub SPF on my head because a scalp burn from the sun is no fun. Let me just tell you that. Other questions I get about having a buzz cut is why? Why in the first place? And the reason for that is actually really simple yet complicated. The straight answer is because I want to. The more long winded, complicated answer is that I have been natural for a really long time, probably since 2010. I have done everything under the sun with my hair. I also was relaxed before that. I have so many hair stories, so many hairstyles. I actually have a video that I posted here that I will link for you showing my hair history and style history. And my goodness, it's a lengthy one. So I did get to a point where I was wanting to put my hair away and deal with long hair less and less. All right, I'm back. I'm done cutting, so it won't be as loud for you. So I'm actually gonna clip this on my shirt. Hopefully that is better because I need my hands. Next step in this is I do a scalp scrub. If you noticed when I was cutting my hair, my scalp gets pretty dry, build up from the week of oils and different things that I put on my scalp. So I'm only washing my hair or cleansing my scalp a couple of times a week because I tend to have dry scalp and I don't want it to be over dry. After I cut it, I do use this pattern scalp scrub, which they came out with not long ago, and I've been loving it. It is kind of like sudsy and foamy, so I put some water on my scalp just to get it a little bit more moist. And then I just rub that between my hands and I just kind of put it all over my scalp. And then I'm going to add water to it. I've added water. I have water on my hands and on my scalp, and you can see that it starts to like kind of get foamy a little bit, which I think is great. Most scrubs are dry scrubs, and the formulation of this one, it has a little bit more moisture in it, and it's not like completely dry. If you look at the consistency of it, it sticks together more, and I think that's helpful. Because usually when I've done scalp scrubs and they've been a dry scrub, which means the ingredients are just dry, like sugar or whatever, um, it just falls everywhere and like rinses down the drain before I can get a good rub on it. So I really enjoyed this scalp scrub for that reason. After the scrub, I do use a shampoo. That product is it's a scrub to help kind of lift debris. So I shampoo right after with a quick shampoo. And as you can see, my scalp is clean and prepared for the next steps, which is the scalp serum. I use this scalp serum from Pattern again. They just have a really great line of things dedicated to scalp care. Consistency of a serum, it's kind of just like watery. That is how much I'm using. And you just literally rub it between your hands and just pat it onto the scalp. And then you can just kind of rub it through. This makes my scalp feel really great, and you do not have to be a baldy to enjoy a really great scalp cleanse and scalp serum. So check out the scalp. This is just after the serum. I am going to apply a light oil. I'm also using this Pattern jojoba blend oil as my finisher. And I feel like I left off in the middle of a conversation, which was why I cut my hair to begin with. And to add to that, I feel like as women, especially in this Western society, there's so much that we hold on to that is not ours, including how we have to wear our hair. And I just think it's so powerful and freeing to do literally what the heck you want to do with your hair, regardless of what society says the gold standard or the beauty standards are for women and their hair. And that goes for everything. I'm talking down to your body hair. I'm not a big shaver. Like my legs are hairy and I probably haven't shaved my legs for like 2 or 3 years, and it's okay. And it hasn't impacted my life in a negative way. There's not an opportunity that has passed me by because I had leg hair. Hello, I make money. My husband loves me. My family loves me. There is not a thing that has stood in the way because I have leg hair. So kind of start to think about those type of things when you make your beauty decisions. Like, is it for you? Is it for self-care? Or is it just the beauty standard and it's what women, typically do in our society? That's kind of my approach to beauty. Of course, there are like tons of things that I enjoy that are very typical for women in our society, but wearing my hair long right now is just not one of them. So to each its own, but take back your freedom in any place you can find it. Oh, and another random thing is using those edgers instead of a foil shaver does help me with ingrown hairs. I am prone to ingrown hairs because my hair is curly, and I do have another separate serum that I use on my scalp after I've cut it if I feel like my scalp needs it. Today was not about that, but I do have that just in case you're wondering about ingrown hairs. That's all for today. Love y'all so much, and I'll see you next time.